Hey, Jason here. Just wanted to make you guys a quick video to show you what I discovered about my Himiway the other day. I was out riding and I got some mud on it, and I noticed that some of it had splashed up towards the battery box. And I've had that gap between my battery and the holder, and I've tried to fix it in the past, with silicone and tried to make that gap close. I discovered something today, though. I thought I'd like to see if you had that same problem. So as you can see here, there's a fairly large gap once my battery is locked down between the holder and that. And you can actually see the terminals in there, which makes me nervous, and that's why I did that silicone in the first place, which I took back out. I just wanted to see if I could actually improve the bracket or make the gap change. So after removing the battery, I discovered there are these two bolts here that hold it down. I have one of them already removed. And there was that little spacer in there. See the piece of tape that's on it now? I'll explain that here in just a minute after I get this out. Okay, so when I took this out, I heard a tinking sound like that, and I'm like, oh my gosh, what was that? And I realized that this little piece had fallen off when I took those out. And thinking that that is about astonishingly the same size of the gap that I had before. So I took a piece of tape, and instead of leaving it up here on the top, I put this piece down here on the bottom right here, underneath of it. And I used the piece of tape to secure it over the hole so I could line it back up when installing it. And then once I did that, the battery gap is almost perfect. And I'll reinstall this to show you here in just a second. And so again, for some reason, this little piece was on the top up here, and I'm going to take a piece of tape and I'm just going to tape it over those holes just so it holds it for me when I put it back on this way. And as you can also notice, there is definitely Loctite on these threads, so please redo the Loctite when you install these if you plan on having this actually hold. Okay, so now I tighten those down with that little piece underneath, re-Loctited it, and I'll get the battery reinstalled now. Alright, now after reinstalling the battery, I just wanted to show how much tighter that gap is in the front. You can still see light through there, but I'm not exactly seeing terminals like crazy. There still is a little bit of a gap on the side right here. I don't know if that's just something I'll have to silicone again, but it definitely improved the gap quite a bit in the front. And then one of the last things I wanted to point out to you also is there is a pretty good size hole going into the frame right here where a bunch of wires go in. I don't know about you guys, but I'm going to put a dab of silicone in there too just to get that hole sealed up. I know there's wires going up in there too. There's not a lot I can do about that besides maybe put some silicone in there, but that's a pretty large hole, but maybe that'll be a future project to get it a little more sealed up. But anyways, hey, thanks for watching. I hope that helps if you got a gap in your battery pack and stuff too. So you guys have a good day. Thanks.